morning. It's bright and early when we're taping this. I'm sure it'll be released some point on Dawson Creek Mirror.ca Friday afternoon, but this is this week in your Dawson Creek Mirror. On our front, little attendance at the $20 million Addictions Center open house slated and planned and proposed for Pouce Coupe. I had a chat with main man on the plan, Isaac Hernandez. He's anticipating another virtual meeting concerning the matter, just to make sure residents and the community is boned up on the project. Of course, moose hunt outrage. People are flabbergasted. Of course, this is something that's also been on the books since 2016, so it's hard to miss some of the planning and the consult on this one. And of course, the Sunshine List continues to roll out. The 2021 City of Dawson Creek Council wages are in the paper this week. Check it out. And of course, a couple weeks ago, just south of me, Calippi Cleanup Power, they helped to clean up the Alaska Highway, of course, and the roundabout last week. 29 bags of blue garbage. That news and more brought to you by Canadian Tire. Their garden center is open for business. Check them out. They got the garden center outside. Quite the affair. And of course, talk about a passport to fun. Another fantastic ad advertising, getting their message out in the Dawson Creek Mirror. For $147.99, you get a fuel gift card. You get a night stay. You get a Dairy Queen gift card. You get a Pizza Hut gift card. You get a hot breakfast and more. Service Inns Plus, Grand Prairie. Check it out. And of course, coming up, the Dawson Creek Co-op's got their AGM slated. Check it out. And of course, McHappy Day raised more than $2,500 for the South Peace Child Development Center and more than $5,000 globally, totally, in the Mile Zero, from the Mile Zero McHappy Day. And of course, McDonald's location. Some of that, of course, goes to the Clowns Ronald McDonald House. $2,500 of that stays local right here in Dawson Creek. And this week, of course, we've got opinions in the form of a column from former Chetwynd Mayor Merlin Nichols and a letter to the editor in form of former publisher Glenn Dalkey. Of course, on the same page as always, we've got the 1930s serial comic Ace O'Hara, Sky Pilot. Check them out. And of course, talk about a pilot in looking for the top seat in Pouce Coupe. Bill Plowright is running for the mayor of Pouce Coupe. He is the previous mayor, previous to Lorraine McHappy. And of course, the multicultural fair, going to be hosted at CAPAC come June, is still looking for presenters, knowledge seekers, knowledge sharers, anybody with a talent or an art that they'd like to present or promote and teach. Reach out to the multicultural fair organizers. Find out how by reading your Dawson Creek Mirror. And also in the Dawson Creek Mirror this week, the Dawson Creek District Chamber of Commerce held their AGM annual general meeting. Of course, Dale Bumstead was the keynote speaker. He ran us through the decade, almost decade, of Dale Bumstead at the mayor's seat. Full house to hear the story. Catch a brief update about it in your paper this week. And of course, our man, super duper Dave Lohenberg, caught up with some of the students at the DCSS last week as the traveling roadshow of healthcare options as far as future job employments from the University of Northern BC training, and of course UBC, stopped by DCSS. Our man, Super Dave, was there as well. And of course, this week is BC Community Newspaper Week. Read all about the history of the printing press, and of course the Ma Murray Awards, named after, of course, North Peace publisher Ma Murray. Read all about it. And of course, it's time to get WAC. The WAC Bennett Dam Visitor Center is open for business. And of course, hot on the website, DawsonCreekMirror.ca. As of right now, there's an investigation into the fall off the crane on 8th Street as far as the construction. There's all kinds of events this weekend, so stay peeled for the managing editor, as well as Action Tom TS Summer Saturday throughout Dawson Creek. Of course, there's a groundbreaking date has been set for the Chetwynd Library project. That's going to be going 3 p.m. June 3rd. Check us out there. And of course, slow down in construction zones. 'Tis the construction season. And of course, speaking of zones, it's Kids Zone towards the end of our paper. We've got the classifieds, and of course, our anchor this week, all about the Dawson Creek and District Hospital Foundation. Of course, don't forget that their deep solstice run is upcoming as well. The Have a Heart Radiothon goes June 16th from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. 12 full hours of programming. And of course, online today, hot on the website, I had an ICBC chat with Mayor Dale Bumstead. In his previous life, he was a vice president for more than a decade at ICBC, and he had a bit of a different and unique perspective for readers concerning a ICBC-related motion from NCLGA recently concerning winter tires and windshields in the north and as far as coverage, deductions, and more. And of course, the RCMP WAD arrested 4 individuals with Pouce Coupe, Demet, and Dawson Creek connections with all kinds of stolen property and more. Of course, our man Dave Owenberg caught up with the Mount Christian School students and staff after they came back from a full 12-day European vacation and history lesson focused mainly on world conflicts, of course, in Europe, World War II, Vimy Ridge, all of this and more a focus. Of course, we've got all kinds of events this weekend, as we were saying. Check them all out. We've got concerts, open mics, the Crossroads Festival. That's not Eric Clapton's, of course, that's your more natural path. And Holistic Crystal People as well are going to be at the Crossroads Festival at the GDI. Of course, the open mic of the Peace Songwriters variety is going to be going at Faking Sanity. The art auction over here at the elevator. DC, banging this weekend. That's This Week in Your News.